If your favorite guitar player is somebody awesome, then odds are their favorite guitar player is Brent Mason. Hot damn. Hello kids, and welcome to a brand new installment of Weekend Wankshop, here with your best pal in all the world, Uncle Ben. Brent Mason isn't a name that's known by your average street-level guitar player, but he's a dude that everybody should know and look up to. Guy spent the past 20 or 30 years just living in every studio in Nashville, pretty much playing on session after session after session. He's just been the guy to call for the past couple decades. I think the first place I ever heard Brent Mason's playing was on the Alan Jackson song Chattahoochee back in the 90s. Where I really got into his playing is from a record that my good friend Andy Wood recommended to me by a fiddle player named Mark O'Connor, and it's a record called The New Nashville Cats. It came out I think around 90 or 91, and it is seriously just a musical rampage. Even the most diehard metalhead would listen to this record and be stunned at the level of chops that are on display from everybody. It's nuts. If you don't believe me, go listen to the song Pick It Apart and prepare to have your mind blown. The guitar playing, the fiddle playing, everything on it is absolutely world class. Check that stuff out if you want a really good taste of just what Brent and all these other Nashville dudes can do. This week's lick is kind of the main hook from the title track of Brent's Hotwired record, which is really sick. You should definitely check it out. And it's kind of a demented chicken picking thing in A that'll utilize a lot of hybrid picking and stuff like that. Really fun. I love licks like this. I just think they sound really goofy and fun and cool. It's also hard as balls to play, so buckle up for this one. Before we get into it though, let's hear it again at stepdad speed. And as always, kids, you can find a full tab for this week's lick on my Instagram page. So go to Instagram, look for BenEllerGuitars, find the tab for this week's lick, learn how to play it, and upload a video of yourself ripping through it along with the hashtag Weekend Wankshop. Okay, first things first, before the lords of the internet can come on here and bust my balls about it in the comments section, I'm very aware that I'm using absolutely the wrong setup for this kind of thing. Brent's a telly guy like everybody else in Nashville is. Here I am playing this pointy Japanese thing with humbuckers in it, not single coils, and I'm playing through a digital amp and all this stuff. I think it's kind of funny and cute, but a lot of you might not. So I'm very aware I'm using totally the wrong setup. What you should be using is, a Fender Telecaster, or at least something with single coils in it. Thankfully though, these humbuckers, these wonderful DiMarzio humbuckers, do split fantastically well. So if you're using humbuckers, at least put them in a split setting or something like that to get you more in the range of a Strat or Tele kind of tone. For maximum twang, you should be playing through a Fender type amp and definitely utilizing some kind of a compressor. Pretty much all of these kind of hardcore chicken picking dudes like to use a compressor to really even out the volume difference between picked notes and finger picked notes and stuff like that. So to get maximum twang and kind of spank out of those notes, you'll definitely want to have a good compressor on there. Thankfully, my wonderful Kemper Profiler has one built into it, so that's what I'm using. Also, for those guys that are unaware of this, I'm going to point out something about Brent Mason's typical kind of picking setup. Whereas a lot of dudes in Nashville like to use a regular flat pick and their fingers to pluck the string, Brent Mason doesn't use a pick at all. He uses a thumb pick and I believe 2 finger picks on his first 2 fingers. So everything that you hear Brent doing, even the fastest stuff possible, it's not like an alternate picking thing. It's him going through kind of more like a really high-speed bass player would, using his thumb, middle, and index fingers to go through and play this insanely fast shit. It's nuts. I don't even come close to trying that stuff. I'd rather just wrestle with the pick and using the nails on my middle finger and ring finger a little bit. Your mileage may vary though. You can practice this entire thing just using the regular pick too, and that'd be really good practice, but I'll show you a little bit about the hybrid picking stuff in there as well. So like I said, this is in the key of A, not that you can really tell considering that it's like 90% passing tones, but oh well. We're going to start off on the high E string fret 5, then we're going to follow that with the 8th fret B, and the open high E. After this, play the 4th fret B, pulling off the 3rd. Then play the 5th fret G. So far we've had 5th E, 8th B, open E, 4th B, pulling off the 3rd B, 5th G. Next, what you're going to do is to play the 2nd fret on the B string, 3rd fret on the B, hammering on to 4, open high E, 1st fret B, hammering on to 2, 2nd fret G, pulling off to open. Holy cow, that's a lot of notes. So notice there's all these position shifts in here. The first part is in position 5, then we jump down to position 3, position 2, position 1. Oh, one really quick thing about that last part right there too. You could go hammer on from fret 1 to fret 2 with your first 2 fingers, and then roll that middle finger up like that to do the pull off from 2 to open on the G. I prefer to go 1 to 3, that way my middle finger can be free to play the G string right there. Your mileage may vary, but definitely worth pointing out. So after that, we're going to play the 2nd fret on the D string, 2nd fret on the G, pulling off to open, 2nd fret D, open G, 2 on the D string, pulling off to 1, 3rd fret A, open D, 3rd fret on the A, hammering on to 4. Okay, let's recap that again real quick. 2nd D, 2nd G, pull off to open, 2nd D, open G, 2nd D again, pulling off to 1, 3rd A, open D, 3rd fret A, hammering on to 4. Now after this, what we're going to do is to play the 2nd fret on the D, hammer on to 4, open G string, then this quick triplet. On the D string here, I just played 4-2 open. Then I'm going to round this out here by playing the 3rd fret A string with a little quarter step bend and land on an A power chord. This is open A, 2nd D, 2nd G. Wowzers, that is a lot of notes. Quick word about the hybrid picking that you're going to use in there. It's important to have a little bit of fingernail on that middle finger to accomplish the right sound and everything. A lot of Nashville dudes even use like fake nails. That way they don't have to grow out scary man nails all the time. But anyway, usually how it's utilized is if I'm going from one string to another string, rather than make the pick jump, I'll hybrid pick instead. So in other words, like let's say the very first lick where I play the 5th fret high E string to the 8th fret B. Okay, if I was picking all that, I would have to jump around like that, right? Whereas instead, if I'm hybrid picking this, I could merely pluck the high E, then downstroke that 8th fret B, and pluck the high E again. See, that saves you from doing this stuff, jumping all over with the pick. It's kind of like this guy's already there, so utilize him instead. So again, for the most part, the hybrid picking is coming anytime you're going from one string to another string. I'll notate this on the tablature. One of the best things I can do for right now is to kind of show you slowly what's going on with the hybrid picking as I play that lick. Notice for that last power chord right there, I had the pick on the A string, the middle finger on the D, and the ring finger on the G. So rather than just striking it like that, it's really more of a plucking motion. I'll play it once more a little bit faster, and again, watch the middle finger. You'll see him jump in anytime I'm changing strings. So rather than using the pick to jump around, I'll just use this middle finger that's already there. Again, watch close. Really cool stuff. Again, basically the middle finger is just replacing an upstroke, you know? And one way that you can really get used to doing this is just to take something simple like a power chord. So let's say I was playing a D power chord, 5th fret A, 7th fret D right here, right? You can practice just picking the A and using your middle finger to pluck the D. Just go back and forth between the two notes like that. Again, another way to do it would be to go down, up, right? All picked. But essentially this hybrid picking is just replacing the upstroke. That way the pick doesn't have to dart around. It can just stay hovering above one string like that. It's really cool. Learning a ton of Mastodon songs is what got me good at it, so that might help you too. Cool stuff. So there you go, kids. A sick lick to add to the good old wank bank and bust out anytime you want to drop some jaws. Keep in mind too, this is just one of Brent's riffs. This isn't even like a lick you'd play in a solo. wait until you hear that guy burn. Again, go and listen to this song, which is called Hotwired, or the one that blew my mind, which is Pick It Apart off of Mark O'Connor's new Nashville Cats record. Completely insane stuff. Thank you guys again for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel for new sick licks every week, as well as a bunch of other lessons and stuff that I do. Also, be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, BenEllerGuitars. You can find me on there and follow my antics and shenanigans. Also, if you like what you've seen here today and would like to get some one-on-one lessons with me via Skype on my computer machine here, drop me an email, BenEllerGuitars@gmail.com. Talk to you about rates and times and all that other good stuff. But thank you guys again so much for watching, and stay tuned for more cool stuff next week. Cheers, guys.